All right, welcome back everyone to another video from me. My name is Darren and this is Let's Do This DIY, and it is finally springtime. I am a little bit behind schedule when it comes to getting the yard ready because it was really warm at the beginning of March, and then it got really cold, and pretty much everything that looked like it was trying to grow pretty much just died, and it was just a whole ordeal. But we're finally ready for mulching, landscaping, and all that wonderful stuff. But before we do that, I do have to make sure I upgrade my sprinkler system because the weather has been a little crazy recently, and it goes from either raining a lot or not raining at all, and trying to balance going back and forth between turning my sprinkler on and off with my Rainbird. I think it's Rainbird. Yeah, I think I have two Rainbird units. This isn't gonna work. I've always wanted a more like automated version with like smart technology, but they're usually really expensive. So, and I need two controllers. So I just bought two basic ones. And if you watch this channel for a while, you know I don't mind buying something that's basic and upgrading it later, as long as I can get the job done and take baby steps that way. So on scrolling Amazon, I finally decided to go with this. This is the Imolaza Ultra. This is their top of the line model. This one is the 8-zone system. That's all I need because right now I'm going to only hook it up to 3 zones, but I am redoing the backyard and I am adding extra zones to the backyard. But we're going to go ahead and unbox this bad boy, show you how to set it up, and kind of go over the features and see if this was a good upgrade or not. But let's do this. Now, ideally, this should just be plug and play, but we'll open it up, see what comes in the box. We got a normal do not return to store. We got the labels for the wiring, the controller, the instructions, wow. The wiring diagram, a template to use, that way you know where to actually put it, which shouldn't be too bad for me because I know where it's going. I just have to take down an old one and put up where this is ideally gonna go. And here is the actual unit itself. It's weatherproof, so it can stay outside, which I really like because that's what my controller is. It does have the different pop outs for different sides. I won't need the back pop outs. I'm only going to need the bottom ones because this one's going to be for the power, and then this one's going to be for the cables that got to run through. Let's open this up. When you open it up, it's actually a pretty basic unit. Mainly because it is a smart sprinkler system, so you're going to do most of the controlling through the app. Technically speaking, you can use the buttons, but why would you? If you're spending this much money already, you might as well go all in and do everything through Wi-Fi. But the reason why I actually end up going with this unit is because it does allow you to set up schedules. It does have, because it is built in with its own app, it does have its own weather system inside of it to know when it's supposed to rain or not in your area. It also should allow you to, and it also should know based on your zones how much water to give based on its needs. But you pop off this little bottom piece here and everything's inside here, just like a normal sprinkler system controller setup. If you ever installed one before, it's pretty straightforward. Power connector, that's just going to slide through the bottom here. And then we do have some of the mounting hardware, a couple zip ties, and yeah. Now, if you look, it does have the different connection pieces. Like I said, this is an 8-zone model. There is, I believe, a 12-zone model, but that was going to be a little overkill for me. And I do think there's a 4-zone model. I'll double check to make sure. But this should be plug and play because I do have a sprinkler system set up already. So if you do have one set up, there is a plug and play option. If not, there is a full wire diagram inside the box so you know how to set it up. But that's all the logistics of it so far. Should be pretty straightforward. Ideally, it should take no more than 15 minutes to install. If you have a sprinkler system already, it just really comes down to the location of your sprinkler head and just making sure you have all the correct wiring needed, and everything should be okay. Okay, so I was wrong. It's actually an Orbit sprinkler system. This is my transformer for my landscape lighting that I got from Harbor Freight. But yep, this is a pretty basic one. I am going to keep it just in case something ever goes wrong, or if maybe a neighbor or somebody needs a controller. So I'm just dry fitting it now. Pretty much, I still had the little the screw in here from when the other one is hung. So I just hung it on there really quickly. And now I'm just kind of making sure, obviously the other one's hanging there. I'm just making sure the cable length is long enough in this location to go plug in, and that's fine. I have more than enough slack on the sprinkler wire that goes back there. So I know I could pull more sprinkler wire if I need to. It's just more so just making sure the power outlet is perfectly fine where it needs to be. But I do like this location. And so instead of using, all right, so this is where you gotta do what's best for you. Instead of using this screw, I'm just gonna use another anchor right here to drill into this spot. And that way, this ain't going anywhere. And then we should be good to go. But I just wanna make it level first and then kind of go from there. Because this hardy plank board is kind of hard to drill through. So to make it as easy as possible, I'm gonna do that. That's a nice level location right there. So I'm gonna run with this. Like I said, use a template. So it'll make your life easier if you're installing for the first time to use the template that's included, so you know exactly where you're gonna drill your holes, especially if you have a very interesting spot that you're trying to get to. Me, I'm a trained professional in the YouTube education of DIY-ish. So I kind of just improvised a little bit when it came to like how I'm gonna mount it onto the wall. And this control is not going anywhere, to be honest with you. It's nice and secure in this hardy plank board, and we should be pretty straightforward and good to go. Yep, that's there. This thing's not going anywhere. Like I said, use a template though, because you could easily just attach it in there. Life is pretty good. Now I just gotta plug up the wiring, and I don't have a pump, so that should make life easier. Make sure all these connections to the power are square away, and then we should test it out and should be good to go from there. I'm currently about 7 minutes into this project, and 3 minutes of that was me cracking over my Celsius and finding out where I left my drill. But yeah, let's do this. Once you have matching, obviously neutral to the line, to the ground, life is good. It comes with this included. Just make sure this is nice and tight, which they are. I did put a zip tie at the edge of this, and just in case this get pulled for some reason, it will kind of like help it. It's not going to be the best stopper in the world, but you know, just in case. But yeah, now I just put this little lid to cover that, so you can protect that, and we should be good to go. All right, with all those guys all connected and in there, ideally, once I turn on the power, it should just light up. So let's see. This guy, plugging in there. We got power. So now let me download the app, because I think I need the app. Let me do that. So there isn't too much when it comes to like setting it up. It's literally just taking the old control off if you have an old one, putting the new one on, adapting the power connector, plugging in the zones that you had before. You can also write your zones on here if you need to. I am going to do it just in case I don't have my phone with me or my phone died, or if I have somebody else coming to check on the sprinkler system for me while I'm out of town. But then you just plug in and you're A-okay. Biggest thing is making sure you know how to get power to it if you don't have a power outlet nearby, and making sure your sprinkler wire has everything it needs in order to connect to the controller. But otherwise than that, it's a pretty straightforward process. It took me about maybe 10 minutes combined to kind of get it all up here. But let's go check out the app.
All right, so this is the app. Right now we're going to edit zone 1. We could change the name of zone 1. We'll turn this into, I guess, driveway. Works out fine. And on the right, you'll see the sprinkler actually activating after I ran the test. But we'll turn this back to driveway. Now there's several different things you could do on the screen. You can add a photo of what that piece of lawn looked like. You can also change the type of sprayer head it is. So I do have a fixed sprayer head, so I'll just keep that going. You can also change the application rate. You can change the plant type. Right now this is a different soil type. I got that wonderful Georgia red clay. It'll also let you know if there's a lot of sun in that area, if it's on a slope, how much area that's actually covering. And kind of go a little further details of how to actually customize a little bit better. I didn't get a chance to test it all out yet, but I do like that it tells you how much water was consumed in gallons. And look, here's a little pop-up here, which makes life a little easier. And you have 8 different zones. And this is going to be zone 2. And it's pretty much the same process over and over again that I end up actually doing, renaming each of the zones. So it was actually fairly simple once the device was actually connected, which took probably about 4 minutes.
Everything did work out great with the app. App is pretty straightforward. I'm just going through now and setting up my different zones, but you could also control it by the controller. If you press this, it'll tell you go through different zones. You could press pause, play. You could also reset it, but so if your app isn't working for some reason, you can actually do this manually if you needed to, and it works out perfectly fine. So I've been playing around with the sprinkler system for a couple hours now, and I do like it a lot. The biggest thing is now that I'm able to control my sprinkler system when I'm not at home. So I just ran to Walmart and I just turned it on to see if it'll turn on. Looked at my Ring cameras and I see the sprinklers turned on, turned it off. It was a beautiful thing. Now I don't have to worry about what the weather is looking like. And there also, it does have a built-in weather app as well. I do have to play around with it to see if that will actually adjust in real time if it senses it's going to rain. But I do like that each zone can be set up specifically from the soil type to if it's on a slope or not. You can also check to see how much water each zone is using, just so you can kind of have a better idea of what your water bill is going to look like as well. You know, I live in Georgia, so it gets really hot. So now I got to figure out like, what is the best time of the day that I want to water my lawn, especially because a lot of my lawn is in direct sunlight. And also getting a better idea of how much I'm actually watering my grass and what's the ideal amount in order to make sure it stays nice and healthy. Also, just making sure that like the areas that don't need as much water is, I could kind of track that as well to see how that's holding up. Then I could go around and see how the plants are actually really doing. So I do like being able to just have a little bit more control over the sprinkler system itself. Then it's 8 zones. I'm right now only using 3. I know for a fact I'm adding 4 different zones to the backyard, so that'll bring me to 7. And then I'll just have an extra one lingering around if I ever needed it in the future, which I highly doubt I will, but it's always best to have more than less than you need. And that should be pretty straightforward and good to go. I'll drop the link to it in my in the description if you're interested in it. But if you have any questions, let me know. Now I could actually start on my other projects because I'm about to go order my mulch, get my mulch delivered probably today sometime. Start laying down some, put some gravel down in certain spots, do a quick little mow, and we should be ready to go. But until next time, have a good one, people.